Pat and I met at a basketball game, actually. We got married in May 26, 1979. We had 4 kids.
He always said, "I love you." I knew my dad loved me because he told me every day.
My favorite things were making things with him. He liked making junk into what he called art.
The best memories I have with my dad is just what I'd call bumming. We drive around and just visit people.
Baseball was his biggest interest, and it wasn't really like at the pro level or anything. He liked high school baseball and he liked town team baseball. I couldn't ask for a better dad.
He was real family oriented too, even to my family.
His grandkids brought him a lot of joy. I'd say the end of 2014, we could kind of tell Dad something was off.
He just said, I'm just tired, but he slept most of the day.
2015, we found out my dad had diffuse large B-cell lymphoma, and it was stage 4.
Went through chemo, and he got it in remission.
The doc said he had extraordinary results to the chemotherapy.
And it was really good for 2 years, but on his 2nd year checkup, it was back.
This time they said stem cell transplant.
He was healthy for about 3.5 years after that.
And then all of a sudden he was watching TV in the basement. Came up one night and not out of breath, gasping for air.
They noticed his blood was off, and then he was given the MDS diagnosis. And MDS it's a side effect of the chemo, and it's really rare.
They said, here's what we know for sure, Pat. Without treatment, it's a year or less. With treatment, could be a year or less. From February until the end of June, we were in Rochester at least 2 to 3 times a week for blood and platelet transfusions.
It just seemed like we were living blood work to blood work.
It was tough, the transplants and the trips to Mayo and the hospitalizations.
Dad started talking more about, Anna, this could be a long goodbye. It was hard to see him suffer so much or endure so much, but I couldn't imagine not having him here.
He just wanted a simple life. He couldn't beat it this time.
We were talking, and then the doctor said, she just looked at him and said, "I think you want to tell me something, Pat."
He asked the doc at Ridgeview, "Can I get some information about home care and hospice?"
And then it became real.
As far as hospice, I think a lot of people don't know. That word just kind of scares them.
It was a word I didn't want to ever hear.
The call came in that Pat needed to be started on hospice. And we were told that Joanne wasn't so excited about us starting hospice. So I'm like, I know Joanne and Pat, I can definitely Joanne better, but go in and see what we can do. We'll at least talk to them and let them know what we can offer.
Anne is like an angel. I don't even know how to describe her.
Our initial meeting with hospice was hard because we had to kind of hear things that we didn't think were real.
They saved us, the Ridgeview Hospice team, from the very first meeting to the end. Like, they brought peace and calm to my dad, but I think they were even here more for us.
We are a group that it's all encompassing. We help the patient, but we help the family as much as the patient to kind of come to terms with where their loved one is at.
And he had ample visitors and friends stop by, and the kids were running around. And
we thought it was like 150 people came to see him, and it was kind of just like an event.
It let us be a family with my dad. Well, they did the nursing, and the music therapy was beautiful, and the massage therapy.
Time that Dad was on hospice was short because essentially his body ran out of blood, but it was beautiful.
And he was so comfortable. He looked so comfortable.
all my siblings were sleeping around us, and my mom was just right over there, and I was rubbing his back, and it was just like the most peaceful thing I've ever like witnessed or been a part of. And it was just exactly what he wanted.
He fought so hard to watch me and my cousins grow up.
So now, hospice isn't scary anymore. It isn't dark, it's a bright word.
We as hospice workers, we get to do this job. It isn't just a job to us. It can't be. You can't be good at hospice and it just be a job. It has to be a calling.
They're wonderful people, caring, amazing people, and they take care of you, take care of your heart. They cradle your heart.